everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. We're doing bottom shelf Pinot Noir. In other words, you go in a grocery store, you know, they try and tier them up. There's top shelf. I don't do top shelf, by the way. I do eye level for higher end wines, you know, eye level. Then I go to the top shelf for the next level, down, down, down. Now, bottom shelf Pinot Noir. These are Pinot Noirs that are hopefully a good value. Hopefully they're decent enough that you feel like you've gotten your money's worth. Well, we're going to check them out. I have not. It's been a long time since I've tasted any Pinot Noir at this level. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we have. We sell a lot of these wines at the store, so I'm curious as to what people find in them, and are they really worth the money that you pay for them? I will tell you, it is all about. So we're going to get started right away. We have a very familiar label to a lot of you out there, the Pepperwood Grove. This is the, is it non-vintage, really? It may be non-vintage, okay? I'm just saying I don't see a vintage on here. Pepperwood Grove Pinot Noir from, the fruit comes from Valley Central, Chile. So it's Chilean fruit. It rolls in at $10. It even has a dry scale on the back. This points towards dry. You probably can't see that, but anyway. So right there, it's, I don't know which, it's got two arrows on it, so that's kind of weird. Anyway, $10. It has this little gold medal winner since 2001, whatever that means. It always, you know, I understand marketing, but that's just kind of crazy. So this is the $10 Pinot Noir, Chilean fruit. This is a California winery. The Groovy Green bottle, it says. There you go. I've been selling Pepperwood Grove at the store for years. A little shout out to Ted. I remember when he carried this. And I want to also give a shout out to Tim, to Sam, and to Casey. You guys are awesome. You watch my episodes on a regular basis. I really appreciate it. These are guys that sell wine to me. And I always say, guys, you got to watch these things because you can find something out by watching them. I have a couple of new subscribers. Thank you very much. Can't remember their names right off the top of my head. I just saw it. So excuse me. I'll mention it on my next episode. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Let's see what we get on the nose. You know, fairly dark in color. Now, a lot of Pinot Noir are very expensive. You go to Willamette Valley, you're talking anywhere from, you know, you get into the $17 to $50 to $60 to $100 range. And then you got a lot of from Burgundy. Burgundy is probably the more expensive version of Pinot Noir. So, you know, to find Pinot in this price range, $10, you know, you wonder, how can they do it? Well, part of it's mass production. Part of it's the fact that you get it from the land of Chile, where fruit is a lot less expensive. They probably, more than likely, have it made down there and then ship it up to the U.S. for distribution, or they actually bottle it down there, ship the bottles up for distribution. I'm not sure, because Pepperwood Grove is a winery in Napa, California. Is the address it gives on there. So there you go. Let's see what we get on those. You get some fruit. So my first thought was plum, but then you get quite a bit of cherry fruit, and it's riper cherry fruit with a little bit of plum action. I get a little bit of root beer, which is not uncommon. It's very common to get. A lot of people like to say sarsaparilla. I say root beer because, you know, guess what? I just want it. You know, I want it to say it like it is, and you know, most of you can relate to root beer. There's just a touch of like, not quite, but almost dried branches on the nose. But a lot of cherry, a little bit of strawberry coming through. Let's see what we get on palate. What can I say? For $10, This is pretty stellar Pinot Noir. Now, a lot of cherry fruit, a lot of cherry, a little underlying strawberry. Not super complex, but just very delicious. Very surprising to me. This surprises me. This is a good Pinot Noir. Yeah. There's some acidity there, which I like. Nice integration. This is like a pleasant Pinot Noir. Like if you're watching the Super Bowl coming up, you can just plop down, have some popcorn, gorgon a little cheese, and drink this wine. And I would not be ashamed to serve this. $10, guys. It's pretty silly for $10. Good strawberry. Strawberry fruit kind of comes through on the backside of the cherry. It's like piggybacking the cherry fruit. Nice integration. Not super complex, but I'm telling you what, it doesn't even taste fake to me, which is kind of cool. I don't get any makeup. I don't feel like it's fake. Any of that sort of thing. Nice job, Pepperwood. Even a touch of black tea on the mid palate. Nice flow across the palate. Good acidity. Nice fruit. Not super complex. Very simple. I'm going to go B minus. I think for $10, this is a B minus Pinot Noir. Nice job, guys. Gold medal on the front. I think you deserve to put that there. Let's move on. I'm just going up the price chain here. I think that's the best way to do this. This is the 2000. That was non-vintage. I'm still, every time I look and I don't see a vintage, I'm like, really? Non-vintage? So they blend vintages. Yeah, nice Pinot. Really? Kind of silly how good it is for the money. So this is 2017 Backhouse Pinot Noir, California. Rolls in at $11. Yes, Backhouse Pinot Noir. Now this is a label that I've become familiar with over the last, like, let's say 7 years, 6 to 7 years. I think they do a good job, at least what I've tasted in the past. It's been a long time since I tasted their Pinot Noir. I'm going too fast, guys. Slow down. So this is quite a bit lighter than the Pepperwood. One thing they can do with Pinot Noir, and they don't, of course, put it on the label, is in the United States it has to be at least 75% of that varietal. Then they can blend it with something else. And a lot of producers will prefer to use Syrah, just give it a little more depth, a little more kick, and they could use something else if they wanted to. But Syrah seems to be the standard blending grape with Pinot Noir. But this is very light in color. Let's see what we get on the nose. $11. The aromatics on this are very challenged. I get kind of that, reminds me when you walk into a winery and they're fermenting the grapes. You walk by the fermentation bins and you're going, ah, yeah, that's what it smells like. But very, very challenged. I'm not getting hardly anything on the nose. And the schnoz is working good today, just saying. Maybe a little bit of cherry, that's it. Let's see what we get on the palate. Very one-dimensional. Now, there's nothing wrong with this wine, but it's very thin. Doesn't have a lot going on. I get some cherry fruit coming through, a little bit of greenness underneath, but not a lot. Not so much. Just a little bit. A little bit of black tea maybe, but I'm talking very simple. Very simple. You could throw some ice cubes in this and imagine you're drinking a Beaujolais Village. And I'm talking not a good Beaujolais Village either. Now there's no flaws to this wine. It's just it's very simple. For $1 less, you can get a better Pinot Noir with Pepperwood, just saying. There's some acidity there. There's some cherry notes. Maybe a touch of black tea. And like I said, just a very, 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 very subtle, like salal leaf or a blackberry stem leaf or blackberry leaf or something like that. For 11 bucks, you're not going to hate it. But if you tried the Pepperwood first, you might go, God damn, I just wasted 11 bucks. Simple, get a little bit of earthiness on the backside, but not much going on for that one. I'm going to go C- on that. Let's move on. This is the 2018 Mark West Pinot Noir, California. This rolls in at $13. Now, Mark West, I heard a while ago, and I'm not sure if it's still true. Mark West was one of the #1 glass pour Pinot Noirs in the United States. Mark West. Not sure if that's true anymore. I couldn't find anything on the internet about that. But I did read somewhere that it was one of the #1 glass pours in restaurants pouring Pinot Noir. All right, so I'm excited to try this. I have not had Mark West in a long time. Color a little bit darker on this one than the back house. The back house, I'm gonna just back. It's just nothing there really. So this has a little cola root beer action on the nose. A little bit of bark coming through, which I always get excited about bark. What is that? Why do I get crazy about bark? Definitely some cherry notes. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now I understand. I totally get it. Why this might be because I can't confirm that. I cannot confirm it. The #1 glass pour for Pinot Noir in the restaurants. Good depth, nice cherry fruit with a little bark action behind it. I get a little bit of a white pepper and black pepper spice on the finish. Nice balance across the board. Just really nice, balanced Pinot Noir. Even getting a little bit of a black plum action on the very back side of this one. $13, guys. Definitely step up from Pepperwood. Good flow across palate, good acidity. The acidity comes through on the back end. It even gets a little bit of a grip action on the finish, which I find kind of exciting because you're having salmon, you're having something a little bit fatty. That would work good with food. I have to tell you, this is pretty good quality Pinot Noir for $13. I'm going to go out on a limb and go B+ on this one for $13. I think it has a lot going on. A little bit of that root beer on the mid palate into the finish. Very slight. I like that one. Let's move on. 2017 Line 39 Pinot Noir, California. Notice these are all from California. Oh, except for this one from Chile, excuse me, which I was very impressed with. Now you get BB+ on Mark West. This rolls in at $14, so just $1 more. Hope you guys are enjoying these. I mean, this is exciting. I mean, these bottom shelf things are fun for me because I remember I did the cab one about a month ago, I think. Now, a month ago, and I thought the barefoot really showed well. My assistant Scott did not agree. Well, he liked it, but he was on a different page than I was, which is, tells you all about wine. It's very subjective. A lot darker than this is the darkest of them all. I don't know if you can tell, but definitely the darkest of them all. This has that. I always refer to it as clams. I can't tell you how many times I smelled a Zinfandel that had a clam aroma to it. Now, not 1 out of 50 agree with me. This has just a skosh of that. This has red flower notes, which I like. Cherry. A little bit of strawberry coming through. And there's like this underlying like baking spice component that comes through, not super strong, but it's kind of lingering underneath. And just a slight hit of root beer. Let's see what we get on the palate. This has more depth than any of them as far as weight in the palate. Weight meaning the intensity of the fruit. This has dark cherry, red flower, a little bit of strawberry, ripe strawberry coming through. Gets a little sweet on the mid palate, not super sweet, just a touch of sweetness. A little bit of root beer coming through, but very, very subtle, very subtle. Finishes with a freshness from the acidity. I'm kind of digging this one as well as this one. And an earthiness right on the backside. And now I'm just getting a touch of pyrazine. Pyrazine meaning blackberry stem. A little bit, just slight. Most of you might not even notice that, which is a good thing, unless you like that sort of thing. How many of you are big Cab Franc people out there? I know there's a few of you, and this might have a little bit of that on the back end, so you would like it. I need a haircut really bad. It's coming up soon. None of that clam component coming through. Nice and fresh, but right up front you get the bigger style fruit, and I like that real earthiness on the backside. Love that. I'm going to give these both a B+. I think they're both solid wines, $14, $13, right in a really, really reasonable price range. There you go. Super surprised by the Pepperwood Grove. Very impressed with that one for $10. Yeah, there you go. By the way, where is your favorite expression of Pinot Noir? Is it Burgundy? Is it Willamette Valley, Oregon? Do you like some areas in California? Do you like Chilean Pinot Noir? Make a comment, let me know. I'm really curious. Very, very curious. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.